Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a different kind of video, so stay tuned, but make sure you watch all my other videos. I made a video last week on Miley Cyrus's Plastic Hearts, and I ranked both albums, and the other one would be Chloe and Halle's Ungodly Hours, so be sure to check that out. So let's get on with the video. So y'all, I did a bad thing. Now let me give you background on the situation, okay? I have not heard noise from Justin Bieber for months, and it's been a good couple of months. Okay, I listened. So I listened to Hailey, right? Because I saw Ryan Destiny and I love her, and I was like, you know what? And this is what I'm gonna talk about the entire album. This blackfishing, I'm not doing it, and I'm not talking about the blackfishing that exists. I'm talking about the blackfishing where you put a black person there that you know I like, and then when I watch your video, it's not it. Anyway, so listen to Hailey, and I was like, I see this is what's happening. I see this is what's happening. Let me not blame myself and ever watch this man's videos again. Okay, so he released a song called Anyone, never heard of it. He released a whole bunch of songs, never heard of it. Then I was scrolling through my timeline of Twitter. I was minding my business, okay? And then I see this song called Peaches, and it's like Release or something, I think from Tiny Desk. And I'm sitting here like, what? And I think I accidentally heard it play on autoplay from Twitter. And I was like, what is this man saying? Like, what is this man saying? Like, this is my reaction when I first heard Yummy. Like, what is this man saying? So, I said, you know what? This beat hits. Let me click on it, because maybe he got better writers. Maybe he did some work since the last album, okay? And I clicked on it. Guys. I clicked on this song. So he's doing his little sing on Peaches on Tiny Desk. Horrible. I want to know, and we'll get to it because I listened to the album. Yes, that is the crime that I committed, and we'll talk about that. I watched this singing-a-thon going, and I need him to okay. Let me explain to you where I'm coming from. Okay, let me explain to you where I'm coming from. I watch Tiny Desk with people that have real talent and just come there, and you need to understand the culture. You get there and they're supposed to take a song that was from an album and show us the instruments coming alive, and it sounds so much better. But this man made me feel sad about Tiny Desk, because why did it sound like? Why did it sound like not? Like, it didn't sound not. It didn't sound it. It sounded like something that I'd see on YouTube, like a cover, like that, like a decent cover that I saw on. But in his defense, that's how he became famous. So let's just get into the actual album. So you know what he did to me? I said, I'm never hearing this Peaches song again. And then he said, I'm going to do it with Daniel Caesar, Problematic, and Giveon. If I'm pronouncing his name right, I'm so sorry. And I was like, I was hooked right in. So I watched the video. In his defense, they definitely made, like, he needs to fire some people, because whoever told him to do it, like, there on the guitar first, they made a horrible mistake, because it sounded worse when he did it alone. That's the first thing, alone. That song, the beat is there, the producing is there, the actual black people that are there, it works. When they start singing, I'm like, what? This is a really good song. The lyrics make sense. But when he starts going, okay. I'm like, okay, next. The beat's there. So the person who produced it, I'm sure it's black, was there. The singing for the other two artists was there. His lyrics were, okay. Let me move on from Peaches, because there's a whole album, right? Justice. What? This is, if you don't understand performative activism, this is a great way to see that. You could, like, this is just the display of it. You can really see it. Performative activism. Let me explain to you why, what is. Okay, number one. I listened to this entire album, okay, because I was like, let me be fair. No. He literally puts in, like, he makes an interlude of MLK, calls the song Justice, has some black people featured on really bad songs, and then he's like, voila! And then he has like a little, like, I think on is that the song? Too Much. He gives a speech that's connected to that. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna start with my first point. If I am a black artist and a white artist comes to me with a bad song and tells me to feature on it, I am calling for hate crime. This is heinous. This is ridiculous. First off, why? And the thing is, they never ask the white artist to join the bad songs. They always give, and I'm sorry, Word to the Light is coming. Nicki Minaj saved that song, but I'm not here to be your savior. You know, you couldn't even save me through my, situations, but now you want me to save you from this song. Just go back to the studio, make a new song, and then call me when it's good. Anyway, and I know that when you feature in the song, you make it better, but I'm not here to turn an F project to an A plus. No, I'm not here to do that. I'm not being paid enough to do that. So I'm here, and that's the thing that I noticed throughout this entire album. I'm noticing songs that I would normally hate, but because Burna Boy's on it, I have to click play. And then the parts where the 30 seconds that he gave Burna Boy killed it. The 30 seconds that, I'm listening to this entire album, and I'm just seeing all these black artists save the songs. Yummy was a bad song. Summer Walker was on it. I was like, wow. Okay, so let me get to the actual album because you don't want me to get started. And I have another theory. I have a theory that white artists, when they're making experimental sounds, they feature a black artist to help save them. And if they don't save them from the horrible song that it is, they can say, oh, you know what? R&B is not for me. I'm going to hop into a new genre. No, R&B is not for you, you're right. But you simply can't make good music without help from everybody in the industry. And now that you failed doing this sound, you want to blame it on the other artists. You want to hop. Oh, Miss Miley Cyrus, I love you, girl. But anyway, let me know. Let me go back to Peaches because I'm not done with Peaches. Peaches sounds like a white person trying to impersonate bad mumble rap. That's what it sounds like. Yup. That's what it sounds like. Because and the lyrics don't make any sense. He's not even, if you're gonna use derogatory words towards women, at least know how to use it right. It was a whole thing. Okay, so I will start with the positives. Let me begin with, I think Justin Bieber was in whatever you want to say, when he's making electronic-y sounding, you know what I'm talking about, 2015 Skrillex, that Where Are You Now, that Purpose was a good album. I think that's his best sound, and he was smart because he incorporated more of that into this album and it made it a lot better. I will list a couple of songs that did not make me want to jump out of a window. As I Am, Khalid. I only exist for that man. But amazing song, Deserve You. We'll get to my analysis on that song because what in the world, and then what else? As I Am. There's some other good songs, I just can't remember. But number one, Deserve It sounds like a Weekend Reject, slightly above average. I need to have some conversations with some people. I'm so sorry to Miss Hailey Bieber because if my husband told me what he told me in this song, I would divorce Yami would be divorce papers. I wouldn't even know about this man and deserve you because he's literally talking about he's hoping that he don't go back to his old ways when he would cheat on women, all this stuff. And if my whole husband is like, I hope I don't mess this up. I hope I don't cheat on you. You must not know about me, period. Because for the birds. But even in this entire album, it was the same thing with Changes. It was the same thing as this documentary. What an interesting dynamic. Strange, to be completely honest with you, because their entire relationship, what they've shown us every single time, it's Justin is a mess. Hailey can fix him. Hailey is this. And Justin says, oh, Hailey, you put up with me. You're the best. I'm a mess. I don't deserve you. Spare me. Please spare me. Thank you. Next, Ariana. So I will say producers were called, some writers were called because this album sounds like a better version of Changes. Because when I listen, Changes is a horrible album. If someone wrote this album about me, the divorce papers is over. It's over. The Changes sounded like someone that had just known someone for 2 minutes and doing their best to sound sentimental, doing their best to sound sentimental, but it's just not being there. And I'll say that this album, he actually tried to, you know, show Hailey's value, even though it's slightly misogynistic and, but it's their business, right? I will have to say some Justin Bieber needs some redirectioning because all the songs have the same message but sound different, but not in a good way. Does that make sense? Like you sound like he's going to country, you sound like he's going into different sounds, and it's just not working out for him. But I will say that I think that they just needed to pick better singles. I think there are actually some really good singles from this album that would be more indicative of the sound of the album and the integrity of the album, because I think most people checked out when they heard some of the songs that he was releasing as singles, but I digress. So overall, my final analysis of this album is that it's slightly above average, slightly above changes, which again is not a compliment, but I think they just scrambled to just they scrambled and they just found different songs that were they thought that were good, and they were like, let's make an album. It did not sound like an organic body of work, like I want to listen to this over and over. It just sounds like different songs from different people, different writers, and it wasn't a cohesive message. He's saying the same thing over and over, yet there was no cohesion. But I will say it was a much better album, and he really used the black people to the greatest of his extent and did a lot of performative activism. So word to that, said a bunch of above surface level things about his wife. Yeah, yeah. Now, I want to make it clear that I don't want you guys to think that this isn't necessarily a bad album. Like, I think that was changes, but I think that when you're looking at the music that's out right now and how amazing all the albums are, like objectively speaking, I can see how disheartening it is for so many artists and just people that enjoy listening to music, where you're like, The Weeknd made an amazing body of work. Everything was there. The lyricism, the talent, the themes, like everything was there, and they get snubbed at the Grammys, or they just don't like get certain things. And when you listen to like Justin Bieber's body of work, and you're like, this sounds like average, like, but then you're getting so many. He won a Grammy, a Grammy in 2021. Nominated Yummy. Yummy was nominated. Anyway, so yeah, that's just my opinion. I forgot the outro again, but thank you guys for watching my video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me if you agree, if you like this album or not. And wait for new videos. Bye.